If you haven't been living under a rock for the past several years, then you've probably heard of MrBeast. And if you have been living under a rock, well, he's probably already bought the rock, painted it bright pink, and given it away in a video for free. But here's the real question. Have you ever wondered why Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, seems to win at literally everything he touches? Whether it's YouTube, chocolate bars, fast food chains, or planting millions of trees. Somehow, he turns each one into a massive success. And to figure out how he does it, we need to rewind to the very beginning. Back to when a teenage Jimmy was sitting in his bedroom with nothing but an old laptop, a dream, and a burning curiosity about one single question. Back in 2012, YouTube wasn't the polished money machine platform it is today. Most videos were grainy, awkward, and uploaded by people who had no idea they'd one day be competing with billion-dollar productions. Jimmy was just 13 years old, living in Greenville, North Carolina, uploading random gaming clips and commentary videos under the name MrBeast 6000. The videos weren't exactly masterpieces, but here's the thing. Jimmy wasn't just posting videos, he was studying them. He would watch other creators, analyze what worked, and obsessively track every little thing that could make a video better. And while most teenagers lose interest in hobbies after a few weeks, Jimmy stuck with YouTube for years without getting any real attention. Why? Because even back then, he wasn't chasing quick results. He was chasing improvement. But his first big insight didn't come from making more videos. It came from doing something much stranger. At one point, Jimmy gathered a group of small YouTubers into a Discord server. They'd watch each other's videos, critique titles, thumbnails, pacing, and then do it all again. It was like a 24/7 boot camp for YouTube. He said in interviews that they would talk about YouTube literally all day. Not school, not sports, just YouTube strategy. This obsessive feedback loop was Jimmy's way of compressing years of trial and error into months. Think about it. Instead of uploading a video, waiting for feedback, and slowly adjusting, he was getting hundreds of lessons from watching other people's successes and failures in real time. It's basically the 10,000 hour rule on fast forward. And this obsessive learning habit? It's the same one that would later help him dominate not just YouTube, but business ventures like Feastables and Beast Burger. But before all of that, he still had to crack the code for making a video that people couldn't stop watching. Jimmy's early videos were a mix of experiments, counting to 100,000 on camera, saying Logan Paul 100,000 times, watching paint dry, literally. These weren't just stunts for fun. They were calculated tests to see what grabbed attention. Counting to 100,000 sounds ridiculous, but it worked because it tapped into something powerful: curiosity. People saw the title and had to click to see if he actually did it. And once they clicked, they stayed. Because watching someone push themselves to extremes is oddly addictive. That's when Jimmy realized something most creators truly never get. On YouTube, the viewer's attention is everything. It's not enough to get clicks. You have to make people stay. And once he understood that, he started asking a new question. If I can keep someone's attention for 10 minutes, why not 20? Why not an hour? That question would lead to a philosophy that would shape the rest of his career. Jimmy's mindset is deceptively simple. Every single video has to be better than the last, not just in ideas, but in pacing, editing, story structure, and stakes. If one video had a $10,000 prize, the next would have $100,000. If one challenge took a day, the next would take a week. This constant escalation kept his audience hooked and kept him interested in making videos. Most creators eventually burn out because they run out of ideas or motivation. Jimmy avoids that by treating each video like a puzzle. How do you make it bigger, better, and more unforgettable than anything you've done before? But here's the genius part. This mindset didn't just apply to YouTube. It bled into every other project he touched. And soon, it started to create a pattern, one that made success in new ventures almost inevitable. When Jimmy launched MrBeast Burger in 2020, critics thought it was just a celebrity gimmick. But within months, it became a nationwide sensation. Then came Feastables, his chocolate bar company, which quickly found its way into big name retailers like Walmart. How does a YouTuber go from making viral videos to running successful food companies? The answer is the same formula he's been using since his bedroom days. Study the game, improve constantly, and give people something they actually want. For Beast Burger, that meant creating a delivery-only model that scaled instantly across hundreds of restaurants. For Feastables, it meant making chocolate bars with cleaner ingredients than the competition. In both cases, Jimmy approached them like he approaches videos: test, improve, and never settle. And if you've noticed, almost everything he does also includes massive giveaways or charity elements, which leads us to maybe the most surprising part of his success. One of the core pillars of MrBeast's brand is generosity. Whether it's giving away cars, houses, or millions in cash, Jimmy has built his empire on the idea that giving creates value, not just for the recipient, but for everyone watching. On the surface, it's easy to see this as just a content strategy, but if you look closer, it's clear that this is part of his personal philosophy too. He's said before that he genuinely loves helping people and that the money he spends on giveaways isn't an expense. It's an investment in making the world better and making unforgettable content at the same time. This combination of constant improvement, curiosity, and generosity is rare. Most people have one or two of these traits. Jimmy has all three, and he's been applying them relentlessly for over a decade. And that's why his next big move, whatever it is, will probably work too. So, how does MrBeast keep winning? It's not just because he got lucky on YouTube. It's because he treats every project like a skill to be mastered, never stops improving, and uses his success to lift other people up. And here's the part that matters for you. This isn't magic. It's not something only MrBeast can do. If you apply the same mindset, focus on getting a little better every day, stay curious, and find ways to help others, you might not end up giving away islands, but you will end up building something you're proud of. Because at the end of the day, the real secret to MrBeast's success is that he's not just chasing views, money, or fame. He's chasing the joy of making things better for himself, for his audience, and for the world. And that's a game anyone can play.